So here's question 4 from 9.2. The easiest way to start on this is to copy this. So select the data here, Control C, and then Control V to paste it in Excel. And it's already highlighted here. I'm just going to start with the scatter plot. So insert, and in this picture that kind of looks like a scatter plot, just click on that first scatter plot. And that's actually the second question. We're going to be finding the scatter plot. It looks like it's this one right here. You can compare to what we have. But from this, you can click on one of these points here. I'm right-clicking. I'm going to add the trend line. That's the regression line. The regression equation can be added from here too. Just kind of scrolling down. Move that over here. Kind of scrolling all the way down. You can display the equation of that regression line, and you can also display the R-squared value on your chart. So right here, I'm dragging it up so it's easier to read. But that's the equation that we're looking for, the regression equation of the line of best fit for our data. So that's what you would type in here for part 1. Part 2, line up your scatter plot. There's only 2 of them that are sloped upward. You can see our line was sloped upward. And most of the points are kind of close, and then there's one point a little further up. That's going to help you to really pick the right one. It matches up there where the other line that sloped upward, all the points are beneath the line. That's incorrect. So now predict a value of y for an x. So you just plug into our equation. In this case, it says x is 500. I'm just going to come over here. The equation was y equals 0.0474 times x. I'm going to do times 500 plus 17.062. So I plug that in, I get 40.762. So rounding that up is 41. And then predict the value of y for 640. So we're going to plug in 640 here. And I can kind of just come right back here and replace the 500 with a 640. I get 47.39. Rounds to 47. All right, so looking at what our x and y are, it makes sense why we're rounding. Our y is the number of stories a building has. X is the height. So you can't have a fractional part, a decimal part of a story of a floor on your building. It has to be whole value. So we're always going to be rounding for our predictions. And then the same for the rest of these. We're going to plug in x and get the y value. Now, the 315 is not meaningful. Let's see what we get when we plug in a 315. We get 31 stories. The reason it's not meaningful is if you look at our data, 315 is way down here. You don't want to plug x values into your regression equation unless they correspond like within the range of your actual data, which looks like, I can just look at the data values here. Our data is from 474 up to 775. So the x values, as long as your x value is within that range, you plug it in and you can get a prediction based on your regression equation. If you have an x value way outside that range, if you're not getting a meaningful prediction because the equation is based on our data and that x value is way far away from our data.